Hello everybody. I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about something that may seem a little contradictory. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite beauty brands that I've never actually tried. Basically talking about companies or brands that I have had my eye on for a certain amount of time and have either not been able to afford or can't easily access them for one reason or another. Just some brands that I've always wanted to try but haven't gotten the chance to yet. So the first brand that came to mind was Geoffrey Cosmetics. I have followed Geoffrey ever since MySpace. I used to listen to his music and put it on my profile, and I always just thought he looked like such an interesting person, or that he was such an interesting person, and I loved how he expressed himself through not only his appearance but through his music as well. It was just like something that really stood out compared to a lot of other stuff. I don't even really remember how I found him, but as the years went by, I eventually migrated to YouTube like a lot of other people did, and he had a YouTube channel, obviously. When I found out that he was coming out with his own company, like his own makeup line, I was so excited. She started with liquid lipsticks, and I was still very much afraid of any kind of lipstick. So I was excited, but not in terms of like, I can't wait to try that. I did still want to, but like I said, I was terrified of any lipstick, let alone liquid lipstick. And as he started to expand his line a little bit more, I got more and more excited. Some products specifically that I've had my eye on, other than now I'm interested in his liquid lipsticks, of course, are the Jawbreaker palette. That was honestly, so as soon as I saw that palette, I like fell in love with it. And I also kind of really want to try his highlighters because they look amazing. And I only have 2 highlighters, and I got both of them from Ipsy, so I would like to expand my highlighter range a little bit more. But I love Geoffrey's just whole aesthetic, and I love him as a person. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about him, mostly negative, but I've always really liked him. The second makeup brand that I've had my eye on is Chaos Makeup. I follow them on Facebook, and that's actually where I first found them. And what caught my eye was they have these beautiful like duochrome color shifting eyeshadows that I'm just like fascinated by, and like I can't afford them. It's like $25 for one eyeshadow, but every time I go on their website just to look, they're sold out. So I've never caught it at a moment when they weren't sold out, even if I was looking to buy them, which really sucks. But they are beautiful, and they actually have other products as well that I haven't quite ventured into, but I'm really interested in those eyeshadows. So one day, maybe, I'll get to try one, and maybe I'll make a video about it. Who knows? That probably won't be when I'm making YouTube videos. It'll probably be when I'm like 80 years old and I'm buying them off of the equivalent of whatever eBay will be at the time. The third brand is pretty small. Chaos is also pretty small, but I see less people talking about Menagerie Cosmetics. They have these beautiful like nature themed palettes. I don't even know how to explain it. I'll have to like put a picture on screen so you can see what I'm talking about, or you can check out their website. They have these really beautiful themed palettes, and I love anything that's like whimsical or just different in general. It's not some generic regular beauty brand. It's like got a concept to it, which I really appreciate. And I would like to be able to support the smaller companies at some point, though they do charge more for their products because they're smaller and they're trying to get their businesses off the ground. But at some point I would really like to try one of their eyeshadow palettes because they are beautiful. The fourth company is Sugarpill, and this is another one I've really been keeping an eye on for a long time. Not quite as long as Geoffrey, but longer than the others, I would say, possibly. Every time I look at anything relating to Sugarpill, it just brings me back to like my sad little emo days when all I wanted was some neon everything to put on my body. I'm actually getting back into that phase. I've been on the hunt for highlighter colored items recently, specifically nail polish. Sugarpill just always delivers with that. Like, they released a palette recently. I can't remember what it's called, but it's literally just all these super vibrant colors, and it kills me because it's a tiny little palette and it's $28, but like I want it so bad. It's so cute. Again, Sugarpill is one of those brands that they go for things that are kind of a little is that okay? Is that not okay to say kind of thing? Kind of like how NARS has their orgasm blush name. A lot of people aren't happy with that. Sugarpill kind of just always pushes it a little bit, and I appreciate that a lot. The last brand is an OG brand, and one that I very, very much respect. Very, very much. Makeup Geek. And here's the thing. Okay. This could just be like a totally pointless little rant I'm about to go on, but back in the day when YouTube was baby YouTube and makeup tutorials were still in their prime, I guess you could say, before BH was even really like commonly used in people's videos, people were using these ginormous ass Coastal Scents palettes, right? And those were like the thing at the time. And I remember always seeing those and being like, that's an overwhelming amount of eyeshadow. But also, I kind of want one. But also, there's a lot of shades in there I probably wouldn't wear and or are just repeats of other shades. And now, I feel like Makeup Geek is kind of the new Coastal Scents, but in an improved way. Their palettes are just so beautifully conceptualized and like put together, and just it seems like Marlena just puts so much thought into literally everything involving Makeup Geek. And not only that, she's this super awesome human being in general, and I feel like I could trust her. I would feel like my money is going somewhere that I am comfortable with. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've always really appreciated the fact that Marlena is as transparent as possible with the brand, and I've never really seen a huge controversy or scandal involving Makeup Geek. There have been like tiny little bumps in the road here and there. Marlena, as a human and as a makeup brand owner, seems to have her shit together, basically. And Makeup Geek as a company, though I'm not as familiar with the products in general, I've always wanted to support just because of the like background of it. Marlena started like any other person on YouTube, just making videos, and eventually got to the point where she could create her own line of makeup and then made this like empire out of it. But like Geoffrey, she built this brand out of herself and is as involved in it as she possibly can be, and I think that's just awesome. I think more influencers specifically need to be more involved in the projects that they're producing to their audience, and there would be a lot less controversy and a lot less shitty product out there. And I'm not aiming that at anybody specifically. I'm just saying, not even the beauty community specifically. Like, any YouTuber who comes out with a collab or a product that is making something that people can buy, I feel like you need to put as much of yourself into it as you humanly can to make sure that it's as good as it can be. Because if you look at these brands like Jeffree Star and Makeup Geek, they take responsibility for things that go wrong, and they are open and answering questions and helping people, and you feel like you can trust them because they don't have a reason for you not to trust them. You know, they've always just been open about everything. That's my rant about makeup. I didn't expect for it to go that far. I didn't expect for this video to even be this long. I thought it would be like a 7-minute video at most. That's it for this video. If you have anything you would like me to make a video about, just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to make it happen. I'll see you later.